Welcome to another video from Gweilo 60. Today is a special good day for, well, it was a couple days ago. A special good day for all of you animal lovers, you dog enthusiasts, everybody that's got a pet, your best friend. Yes, in China, they've passed legislation that it classifies dogs as pets rather than livestock. You see, up until, I think it was April 9th, so it's a couple weeks ago, they were classifying dogs as livestock because dog meat is a delicacy and has been in certain parts of China for literally centuries. It's one of those things. In Guangxi province, where I live, and Nanning City is one of those places where dog meat is a delicacy. I've been to Yulin, I've been to the Yulin Dog Meat Festival, I've seen it all, and it's one of those things that, you know, it didn't crank my turn one little bit. So, after that, the Ministry of Agriculture, the Minister of Agriculture said that dog will no longer be allowed to be bred on farms for meat, milk, fur, fiber, or medicine. I didn't know they used dogs for medicine, or maybe they don't. It just falls into that type of legislation. And you see, this is a post-CV thing that brought this all on, and I think it was sort of rolled into the ban on the breeding and selling of wild animals. And they say breeding, well, it can't be a wild animal if it's bred. Well, yeah, if you've got you know, pangolin or whatever type of critter that you want to breed, but there are some exceptions to this ban. Reindeer is one of them. Yeah. What are some other ones? A pheasant is on the exempt list for wild animals. Oh, and fox. Okay, now I hear what you're saying, guys, but fox is a dog. Well, it is, and I thought that was really strange that fox would not would be exempt from this wildlife ban. But you know, it's one of those things that there must be a reason for it. Maybe, no, I have no idea. But you see, all of the dog lovers in China are happy about this. There are some people that are not very happy about it because they were running dog meat, barbecued dog meat restaurants and such. Boiled dog meat stew, but mainly barbecued dog meat. And it's a big thing here in mainland China, in southern mainland China. But let's not get ahead of ourselves too quickly, guys, because that was on April 9th, and now I think it's the 30th. It is the 30th, Thursday, the 30th of April. And I'm standing out in front right now in a dog meat restaurant, and what do I have behind me? A barbecued dog in the window. And this is only like a block and a half away from where I live. So you can see that barbecue dog is still on the menu here in Nanning. I've talked to some people about this, and they say, well, after the CV has died out and everything sort of goes back to normal, then that's when they'll start policing this new rule. So they're not policing it as of yet. Obviously, they're not policing it as of yet because there's dog on the menu here. Guys, I've been by this place in the evening because most people come out in the evenings for their barbecued dog meat, I guess. And this place is literally packed, and along the front here they have a bunch of chairs set out, and that's the waiting area of the restaurant. So when you're thinking that you know, dog isn't a widely eaten thing, or wasn't wasn't a widely eaten thing here in mainland China, in Guangxi province, you're sadly mistaken. I know under the river, or under the bridge by the river, down in the Chaoyang district of Nanning City, there's a whole line of restaurants that are exclusively dog meat barbecues. So what has the Chinese government learned from this CV thing? Well, it's bad press to be selling dog in the wet markets. It's bad press to have dog meat restaurants because it's just the rest of the world doesn't get it, where it's common. It's in the Chinese culture. It's been in the Chinese culture for actually centuries, guys. And it's one of those things that you see in places like South Korea. South Korea's a pretty uppity up sort of country, democratic, the whole 9 yards. But eating dog meat there is okay. But when it happens in China, then it's different because it's in China. You know, everybody knows what I'm talking about. So the Chinese government figured that it's about time that they sort of squash this if they can. There's always, and I'm telling you, there's always going to be some of this stuff in the black market. There's going to be, there's going to be farmers that breed dogs for personal consumption in backwoods areas of China. There's always going to be barbecue dog meat. Maybe generations down the road, it won't be like that. But now, today's China, today's Guangxi province, yeah, it's gonna keep rolling along just like it has, but only behind closed doors. And why do I say that? Because it's in their culture. It's part of their heritage. It's part of their background, and the people will know that it's not right to do it, or the government says it's not right to do it, but in their hearts they still feel that, because they've grown up. Some of these guys are 80 years old and they've grown up eating dog their whole life, and their children and their children's children have been eating dog their whole life. So to change that culture by the snap of a finger is going to be a little bit difficult, and I think that it's going to take, as I say, a generation or even two before it's basically eradicated in China. You see, when they brought in these legislations on wild animals, the ban on selling, breeding, anything to do with wild animals, and the dogs being classified as pets instead of livestock, they actually brought that in as a permanent legislation, not a temporary, because before it was always temporary this and temporary that. This time it's permanent. So it'll be written into law here in China, and I think that's a good thing. I think China's sort of coming out of that time period in its history that they don't need to be eating dog. It was a staple back in the day, but it's not anymore. The stigma that they can get away from that when other people from around the world watch what they do, and if it helps make them look just a little bit better in the world's eyes, I think it's a small price to pay, and Fido can be safe and happy in his home. Oh, and another thing in this legislation, dogs can no longer serve the needs of sports or military. I'm not sure what that means. Dog fights, dog racing, in the military, strapping a bomb to its ass and sending him over to your enemy's place. I'm not even sure what that means, but I'm sure somebody in the comment section will tell me what it means, and put it down in the comment section. Anyway, that's another video from Gweilo 60. If you like this video, the dog meat video, yes, I probably get some really rank comments on this one, but hey, it is what it is. Anyway, if you like this video, as always, like, comment, subscribe, push that share button. Don't forget to make a comment, hit the bell, and whatever you guys do, don't forget to put a couple of bucks on the children's Patreon account. It's for a good cause. It's for poor rural Chinese children. All they need is a helping hand. We can give them that helping hand. Thanks for watching. Bye now. I'm not sure whether cat is on that list of animals that you can't eat, but I was in the Chaoyang district of Nanning here about 6 months ago, going through a wet market, and I noticed that they had like 3 feral cats, each one in a different cage type thing. And you know why they're there. So maybe I'll check and see. I know that. Oh, here's a picture of Mimi when we found her, our cat, and I'll show you a picture of Mimi when we found her, and a picture of Mimi now, and see the difference. Somebody left this little critter on the street with some noodles. Cats don't eat noodles. It made him feel better. But this is the shape this little critter was in when we found her on the street. She was infected. Her eyes were so infected she couldn't open them. You know, she had sores all over. She was in pretty rough shape. We didn't think she was going to live. But Wei Fang, the motherly person that she is, she babied that sucker until this is what she turned into. Baby, I love you, baby. You're such a good kitty.
Do one more. Me.
Mimi. Mimi. You just about said no.
Look at my baby.
You're such a good kitty. You're such a good kitty. Who's my kitty?
You still want to play? Ew, that far away, Mimi.
Good kitty.